I've got a lot of whips and I'm sick and I'm tired of it. I am craving some finish objects. In today's video, we are going to attempt to finish some of my whips, some of my longer standing whips, so that I can clear off my needles for fall. We're calling this Finish It Fall. I did not come up with that. I don't know who did, but I know it wasn't me. I know it's a thing, but we're doing it. We're finishing it for fall. I don't know why I'm doing this. Welcome to my very casual Finish It Fall, knitting all my whips, doing all the whips, whipping all the whips. I don't really know what to call this, but I'm trying to finish all my whips for fall. I brought home a lot of yarn from Rhinebeck, and I have a lot of projects that I would like to cast on and like to get started, and I wanted to kind of organize my queue. Upcoming video, or you may have already watched it depending on when this comes out. I came home with a lot of yarn from Rhinebeck, as well as receiving a couple packages of yarn. I'm looking over there because I'm looking at it. I have a lot of projects lined up in my queue, and I just feel like I would like to finish some stuff before I start. So I don't actually know how many whips I have quite a few here, and I would like to try to work through those and get some of them off of my needles. If not all of them, that would be great. There are a couple of them that I think are going to take a little bit more time. I'm not saying I'm not going to cast on anything until all these are done, but I'm just saying I'm going to try to finish these for fall. When is the last day of fall? I don't actually know that, because that maybe not be as December 21st. Okay, so that's kind of what I was thinking. I was thinking like I wanted to finish my whips before the new year. I want all of my whips to be finished objects by 2026. So that is the goal. We're calling it Finish It Fall because fall ends December 21st, according to Google. And I know that we're all like, it's Christmas and it's winter, but it's not, especially because it's just now starting to feel like fall in Southern California. This is little baby kitty. I feel like she doesn't actually come say hi that often. It's usually Peaches, so. Okay, can you just chill? Let's go through some of the whips that I would desperately like to cast off. If you haven't already, I actually have a video of how I organize all my whips digitally. So I can see them here on my phone, on my Rabbit app, and I have photos, and it's like really easy to kind of glance at them. And I also even indicate which ones are currently hibernating. My first whip is my Sadie top, and I feel like I'm really close. Like this will be one that's relatively easy to get off of my needles because I only have one sleeve left. And I knit one sleeve while I was on vacation, and I feel like I knit the sleeve in like a night or 2 nights. It was relatively fast. So this is something that I could get off of the needles really, really quickly. My Sadie top has been on my needles since August 18th. Another really easy project for me to finish is my old salt socks. I've already knit both of the colorwork sections and finished one sock, and I just have the second sock to finish, and I'm already like a good way through the foot. You can kind of tell my my colorwork is pretty noticeably different between the two. I guess my tension was just different, but I am definitely not going to fix that. So it is what it is. Yeah, I'm like halfway through the foot, so I just have half of a foot and a toe left. So this is another one that I could get off of the needles really fast. My old socks have been on my needles since September 15th. Number 3 is one that I've actually been working on since I've gotten home, and that is my Dappled Lace Raglan by James & Watts. And I am like I think I just have one more row, and then I can split for sleeves. And I have been dying to split for sleeves on this so I could try it on for so long. So that's what I want to do today, because I just have one more round and then the actual splitting of the sleeves. And obviously you can't see much because it's on the needles, but hopefully you will be able to later today. I don't know. We'll try. So this is something that has been on my needles for quite some time. I should probably tell you when I cast these on. The Dappled Lace Raglan has been on my needles since August 15th. So that's a good amount of time. So I would like to finish this. This is one that I feel like is going to take a bit longer though, but I'm still planning on getting it done by the end of the year. I think once I get to working in the round for the body, the rows will go a lot faster because then I could just knit off of a chart. I was not able to knit off of a chart for this first section. There was charts for the first section, but I could not wrap my head around them. I feel like once I'm in the round, it's going to be a lot faster. My next whip is my artist shawl, and I have gotten through the first portion of this where you do waffle stitch and a little bit of color work, And the next section is the mosaic section. And I feel like a lot of projects on Ravelry, this is where people abandon this whip. So I don't know what's going to happen next year, but this is something that I really want the finished project because I love the weight of this shawl and I love the colors and the yarn that I'm using. So I want this shawl. So I definitely would love to finish this by the year, but this is the one I have the least amount of confidence that I will finish by the end of the year just because I feel like I have a lot more knitting to go with this. I cast this on August 18th. I think this is, you can tell that that week of August was when I had that like cast on frenzy that I made a video about, like my regular podcast episode where I talked about that I think I cast on something like 8 things in 1 week, and everything has been worked on except for the Lana vest, which I did frog, but I do have plans on making one and I have yarn. But we need to finish my whips before we start talking about cast-ons and potential new projects. Lastly, I have my Friday slipover, and this is somewhat of a recent cast on. It's a little bit more recent than the rest of them, at least. I cast on the Friday slipover October 20th, so it was like right after. Was it right after? I'm pretty sure I cast it on before Rhinebeck. You know what? That's not right. I think I cast it on like the week before Rhinebeck. So that would have been like October 15th, but I must have just had that date wrong. But I started really working on it right after Rhinebeck. And this was my submission for my own knit along, the Fall for Vests knit along, which ended October 31st. And I did not finish my vest, but that's okay. That wasn't the point, right? So this is a buddy knit that I'm knitting with Casey from Young Folk Knits. And she is knitting the V-neck version in like the most beautiful yarn. I decided to do the round neck version just because I don't own anything V-neck and I don't know if I would like it. I kind of feel like I want to give it a try sometime in the future. This is my Friday slipover. I would also like this to be done before New Year's, and I feel like this will be relatively easy because it's really easy knitting now that I'm in the round, and I'm probably going to crop it, so I feel like it'll be done in no time. So that's 5 whips. That's not actually that bad. The 3 of them I feel like I could finish really, really fast. The 2, the Dappled lace raglan and the shawl, I feel like are going to take a lot longer, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my best to finish these before the new year. And this is just going to be like a little bit of a casual vlog where we chit chat and I try to finish all of my whips. So thanks for watching. So I have been sitting here knitting on my Dappled lace raglan, and I realized that the idea of calling this like a finish it fall is probably not the best idea, since this video will probably come out in the winter because it's going to take me time to finish these projects. So instead we're going to call it my finishing my whips by the end of the year. Like, my goal is that I'm going to finish all of these whips by New Year's Eve 2025. So that's the goal. I have 5 whips. There's 2 that I'm nervous about, 3 that I'm confident I could finish. Like, I don't want to not cast anything on, but I definitely want to get some off the needles before I do, but it'll also affect my ability to finish some of these whips. I also realized that I did not go into a lot of detail about each whip when I was kind of giving you the roundup. And that's okay, because we're just going to go through some details while I'm actually knitting them. This is my Dappled lace raglan. It is my I think it's my 3rd lace project. I cast this on August 18th, was it? Or August 15th? August 15th. So it was a summer project that I just underestimated how much time it would take because it's an all over lace project. I also knit the Rib Lace Raglan by James & Watts, and that one was also very time consuming. So, but after I cast it off, I was still craving lace. So I liked having a lace project as a whip. Yeah, it's taken me a really, really long time to get to this point. I actually just finished my row of where I split for seams, and I am now at 17 hours of knitting, 16 hours and 57 minutes. We are just now splitting for seams, and it took me 17 hours to get here. So this for me has been a really, really slow project. And I'm not saying that it necessarily would be for everybody, but my lace capabilities are not that great. Like I said, there is a chart for the raglan portion of this, but I just could not wrap my head around it. So I did this project line by line. It was totally well written, and like that's great that he has both options for that, because I don't know if I would have been able to figure out that chart. I'm good with charts most of the time, but just the increasing one, I couldn't quite figure it out. I'm just trying to spread this out so that it looks nicely. And here we go. We have my raglan, and I have split for seams, and God help me if this doesn't fit. I still have to block this, but right now it is looking good. I think I'll probably do a try on tomorrow because it's a little bit too dark to do anything like that. This is my Dappled lace raglan. I have a hard time remembering I get the two confused, the rib lace and the dappled. I'm 17 hours in. This is knit up in Pearl Soho Santalina, which is a plant-based fiber because, again, this was a summer project. This was my goal for the evening. I don't know if I'm going to keep knitting this or not. I probably will. I'll probably do a few more rows. That way I can have it to try on in the morning. And I also am just curious to see how much faster this is going to go now that I could just read off of the chart. I will check in with y'all later when I am done doing some more knitting on this. So, all right, I'm going to check in with y'all later. As you can see, I successfully split for sleeves last night, and I was feeling really, really good about this project and how fast it was going because I was able to do 1 inch of the body after I split for sleeves. But after trying it on, I'm not feeling as great because, as you can see, this is really tiny. I'm like nowhere near. I don't know. I thought it would be like here, but yeah. So this is still making me feel like it's going to take a really, really long time. I'm still excited and I'm still motivated to knit on it. And the rows are going by way faster and it's way easier now that it's in the round. A lot of wins and I need to roll another ball of yarn. So I got to go do that before I can keep knitting. Okay. Bye. It's been a really, really long day and all I wanted to do is knit and take a break, and I have not taken a break from my to-do list all day and I still didn't get everything done. But now I'm here. I'm ready to work on another one of my whips. We're gonna do something nice and mindless and easy today. So let's work on my Sadie top. This is a pattern by Celine, and her handle is Woozy by Celine on Instagram and YouTube, and I think that's her Ravelry designer name too. And this is knit up in a Surrey lace weight blend. I can't remember exactly what's in it, by the Woolly Warbler, which is a local dyer in Pasadena, LA area. I absolutely love this blouse. It makes me feel beautiful when I'm wearing it. So I'm really, really excited about finishing it. I knit the sleeve up, I feel like in 1 or 2 nights when I was in Albany for Rhinebeck. So I'm hoping that this sleeve will go just as fast and we can cross something off my list of whips that need to be done because I am craving a cast on and I would feel a lot better if I got something done here. Not that I have that many whips. I have 6, but I just feel like I haven't finished anything in a while. So let's finish this. I think I'm literally just knitting in the round until I get to a point where I want to do some increases to create a bell, but it's not for a while. So we can knit mindlessly. I have been timing this with the caveat that I forgot to time one of the sleeves. So before I did the first sleeve, I was at 17 hours and 46 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to screenshot that so I remember. Or you know what if I just wrote it in the notes of this? Okay, so at 17:46 for body. That way I can start timing it, and when I'm at the end, I'll know how much time one sleeve took, and then I'll just double it, which is cheating a little bit, but that's what we're going to have to do. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to knit my Sadie top, and I'm going to probably throw on a knitting podcast because, and then I'm just going to chill here. Let's go to my watch later. It's crazy how much I have going on in my watch later. I have a lot of watching later to do. So last night I was able to get quite a bit of progress done on this. This is a really quick knit. It's really not going to take me long at all. If I was working on nothing else right now, I feel like I could finish this today, but I'm not sure if I'm going to work on it for the rest of the day, but I'm going to sit down. I'm going to work on it for a little bit. So I did 6.5 inches of sleeve yesterday night, last night. I don't know how much more sleeve I have to do, but I'd say I'm like halfway there. So I feel like I could for sure finish this. The only thing is that I have a secret test net that I'm working on that isn't included in the 5 whips that I'm trying to get done because I know I will finish it. And I want to swatch something today, but I guess I could try to maybe finish this and then we could cross something off the list. If not today, for sure tomorrow. But I think I'm going to sit down, I'm going to watch a little podcast, and I'm going to knit. I'm feeling really overwhelmed today. Maybe sitting down and knitting on this will help. Also, I have been wearing this like throughout this entire video, and I promise that time is passing. I'm just wearing the same sweater. Our heater is actually not working, so I have a little floor heater here, and I've just been wearing this in the house constantly for the past 4 or 5 days. So if you're wondering in this footage, I'm wearing the same sweater. This is the Eva cardigan by Petite Knit, and I knit this up in Pearl Soho Plain Air, which is some of the best yarn I've ever knit like a project with. It's super soft and I absolutely love it. It's really, really perfect for like my everyday in the house sweater. And I also feel like I'm able to throw it on. Like I'll leave the house in like sweats and I won't think to throw on one of my hand knit sweaters because like I'm not really put together and I'm not like looking like cute or anything, but I will throw this on over a pair of sweats and a tee because it has like this cozy, like oversized, comfy vibe to it that like it's okay that I'm dressed down and I can still be wearing this. So I need some chapstick. I probably should have put chapstick on before I started filming. Well, I guess I have a cat on me now, so I'm going to start my timer. Oh, I knit for 2 hours last night, and that's how much progress I got with 2 hours. So I feel like if I gave myself 2.5 hours, you know, I could finish. She really got me there. Little sharp claws. So I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna knit for a little bit. I've been knitting for a couple hours. I don't know, maybe like an hour and a half. I'm doing crazy progress on this thing. My sleeves here are like, I mean, we don't have much left. I only have one more set of increases and then just knitting. So I do really want to keep working on this, but I do have other things I have to do, unfortunately. So I am going to take a little break and see if there's anything else that needs to be done. I know there's a lot. I have a huge to-do list, so I'm going to work on that and then hopefully get some work on this later, and I'm hoping that I will have this done by tomorrow. I'm hoping. We'll see. Right? Like, it's just knitting. It's no big deal. Hi. I'm a little flustered because I need to leave, but I thought that I would update you a little bit. So I am still working on my Sadie top and I just haven't finished my sleeve yet, but I'm about to go to the movies and I have tried to knit this in the movies before, and because the yarn is so delicate and lacy, it was a little dangerous because I ended up having to frog a lot because I had like a yarn over, and it's not easy to hide like a hole within this yarn. It's not like you can like close it in like post, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to switch projects today. We are going to bring my sock with me into the movie theaters. I can knit socks in the movies as long as I'm okay with like not the most perfect sock, because sometimes I'll end up with like dropping a stitch or like splitting my yarn or something. So you just have to be okay with the fact that like it's not going to be perfect. And I am okay with that because I need to go and I don't have time to like figure anything else out. And I also need these needles for something else. So I would love for this to be a project. This and my Sadie top, I would love to cast off this week. It's Thursday, but I am super busy, so I don't know. But they're both mindless. So if I could get both of them done, that would be great. Okay. This I am knitting up in Cascade 220 for the white. I'm just okay about this yarn. I have talked about that I don't really like Knit Pick Stroll, and I don't really like Cascade 220 to be honest. I guess I just don't really like commercial sock yarn. I really love indie dyed yarn, which is really unfortunate because it's very expensive. But I really like to work with indie dyed yarn for the whole sock. So I know that now though, and I had to try it to know it. This is my color work section that I am knitting in Coats & Co. Is that what it's called? Let me double check because that's why I brought this here. I need to leave because I'm walking. The orange Nitpick stroll that I just had within my stash, and coats and co-fiber. All right, I'm gonna go to the movies. I'm gonna go see Wicked 2, and I'm gonna try to get the foot section of my sock done. That way I will just have the toe left. Okay, so I was determined to finish these socks last night, which I didn't finish them last night, but I did stay up pretty darn late. The toes, just kidding. It was probably like 10:30, 11. I did wake up this morning and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just quickly finish the toe. And then one thing led to another and I ended up weaving in all the ends, which took surprisingly longer than I thought it would. And then I was able to block them. So they are done. We can cross one whip off. So now we have 4 whips to go. I'm very, very excited. I have swatches going on for a new project. Now that my socks, my old salt socks are done, I am going to push to finish my Sadie top today. Tomorrow, SoCal Fiber Fair. So my idea is that if I can finish the Sadie top today, tomorrow I can bring my Friday slipover vest with me to SoCal Fiber Fair because that's a relatively easy knit. Like I can knit it kind of mindlessly while talking to people. So I can bring that with me. And if I can get these 3 done, I will only have the 2 that I feel like are going to be a lot more time consuming. I've been kind of working fluidly on all of them, but I haven't touched the shawl yet, which I think that is going to be the crux of this video. If I don't finish one, it'll be that one. If I don't finish 2, it'll be that one and the dappled lace raglan. But we are not giving up, okay? It's not even December. We're not giving up. But I just have a lot of other projects that I want to cast on, but I'm going to feel really, really good once these 2 are done to maybe cast on a couple new ones. So that's my update for right now. I don't know when I'm going to work on this because I have a lot of stuff on my to-do list today, but I'm so close and it's such easy knitting. Like I feel like I need 2 to 2.5 hours and this will be done. That is on the radar. Like it's going to be, it feels so good to cross these off my list. I'm not pronouncing words correctly because I'm excited. Sorry. All right, well, I am going to get started on my massive to-do list today and then hopefully check in with y'all later tonight when I am knitting my Sadie top. Okay, it is the next morning. Let's see where I'm at with my Sadie top here. I am ready to bind off. That's all I have to do is bind off, but I have to get ready to go to the SoCal Fiber Fair today. I'm going to bring my Friday Slipover by Petite Knit, and I am knitting this in Pearl Soho Good Wool. And I am now in the round, so it is very, very easy knitting, easy and mindless. So I will be knitting this whenever I have some downtime at the fair today. I'm not going to bring my Sadie top because I just have one more row of bind off, and I don't think that I will have like the mind space of that type of concentration. And also it's silly to walk around with a project that I just have like 2 more rows of. Okay, let's get ready. Hello, I am back and I have some progress to show you. It's been about a week since my last update. I have since finished the body and cast on and gotten pretty far on one sleeve. I'm going to try this on because I don't actually know how far I got and if I need to keep going on the sleeve, but I am to the point where I like need another ball of yarn because I just have a strand here. I am 35 hours and 17 minutes into this project. It is December 19th. I'm looking at my little advent calendar, so I don't have much time. I have like 10 days left of the year to try to get as many of my whips done as possible. Not feeling great, but I'm going to just keep trying until it's time. So let me try this on real quick. Okay, so now I'm wearing it, and I want to talk about the bind off that I did is a no roll bind off, and it's still rolling like crazy. So it was a lot of work. I think I'm just going to bind off a regular bind off for this. I don't know. I also don't know about the length. I feel like it's too short. I need to add some, but I don't know how blocking is going to change this. Okay, so the body took me 28.5 hours, and I'm at 35 and 20 minutes. We'll just say 35 and a half. So that is 7 hours for the sleeve. Wow. That's surprising, actually. It's been a really slow going process. I keep feeling like I should be done. And every time I try it on, I feel like it's at this length, and I keep adding like 2 repeats and it's just still here. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really tempted to block it now, but I also want to keep knitting it, and it's cold. So I don't think it would dry fast enough. I guess I could put a fan on it. So I'm going to wind up another ball of yarn and start the second sleeve. I think. I don't know. I haven't really decided yet. I'm feeling a little indecisive on what I should do next, but here's it tried on. Okay, welcome back. Hello. I'm here for a quick little update. I did get a new wireless mic, so I'm testing it out to see how it's gonna sound. Quick update. I can't actually remember where I was the last time I checked in with y'all, but I have an entire finished sleeve on the raglan, the Dappled lace raglan, and I have picked up and started my second sleeve. So progress is good. It is December 23rd. I'm feeling confident. I've got 8 days left to finish the 3 projects left for finish my whips, all my whips before 2026. I actually sat on this the other day and I broke one of my needles. I then went to my local hands-on knitting center, yarn store, and picked up replacement needles as well as some Christmas presents. But when I had to put this on hold for a second, I actually picked up my Friday slipover and I've made some progress here. I have a nice little collar and one of the armholes. This took like a night for the collar. The collar took longer. The armholes took like no time. So I have to do the other one. I got the needles and then still haven't picked up my lace project because this was so mindless. And also, my lace project has a pretty bad mistake in it. I don't think I'm gonna fix it. I know I'm not gonna fix it because it's really it's a really busy pattern. And I knew something was off because when I picked up the original sleeve, the instructions were not working for what I had. I kind of had to move everything over 4 stitches to get the pattern to look right. I didn't think to check the body, but now that I'm looking at it, right where the sleeve separated here is where I have a mistake in the pattern. And I realized that when I was knitting the second sleeve, I saw that I had made a mistake and I was thinking about ripping it out and redoing it. And then I realized that the mistake was throughout the body. So I feel like it's really not noticeable. Like you would have to stare at this thing. And even if you stared at it, I think it would be kind of hard to see. Here I can see it now. This is it right here. But it's one of those things where I don't think anybody would ever be able to tell. I can see it. Yeah, I can see it. It's definitely in the middle there. I'm just gonna hold this up and maybe I'll circle it or something because me trying to show it to you is not working. But I don't know. I don't feel like ripping the entire body out to fix that. And I didn't fix the sleeve. I just kept knitting. So I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be more noticeable once I block it or if it'll just be the same. Because if it's the same, it's like, yeah, it's a mistake. Yeah, I can see it for sure. Like my eye is not drawn to it. I just feel like I know it's there, you know? I am usually not a person that would let that slide. Like I would usually redo it. But this project it would just be a lot of ripping out to fix it. Like a lot. It is a really busy pattern and I don't think you're gonna be able to tell, which is very unlike me. Usually I would fix it. If it was my book club cardigan that had a mistake like that, I would definitely fix it because I think it would be more noticeable because this is much more it's busy, but it's much more sharp. Whereas lace is kind of, because of the all over lace, it really is a little bit forgiving. I don't know, I'm afraid that I'm gonna block it and I'm never gonna wear it because it's gonna bother me, but I might be tripping. Okay, I am going to stop filming because I feel like I could keep going back and forth between this in my mind over and over again. Let's actually try on the vest. The hole is a little hard to get my head through, so I'm gonna let you watch that process real quick and then I will show you what it looks like. Okay, my Friday slipover is on, and you saw that the collar is a little difficult to get on. It's not like I have to struggle too hard, but like if my hair was done really cute, it would be kind of a shame. I don't know if that will get any better with blocking. It's definitely like I have to hit it to the point where there's like no more stretch. And I don't think that would be a difference with the collar that I knit down. I think that's the cast on edge, and I'm definitely not redoing that. I also don't know how I would do it differently. I feel like I didn't do it tight, but anyways, this is how it's fitting. I do feel like Pearl Soho Goodwill has a little tooth to it. It's not itchy, but it's not something that is super soft. I feel like if you're sensitive to wool, it might be itchy. I'm pretty resilient to wool. Like it's really hard for me to find a wool that's too itchy to wear. And even if it is, I will still wear it and just be itchy. I thought that the collar may bother me, but honestly, it's fine. I feel like I could get a lot of wear out of this. I don't think I would enjoy wearing this next to skin, like with nothing underneath of it, but I can't imagine a situation where I would wear a vest like this without something underneath of it. So I think that's fine. So yeah, I really enjoy working with this yarn though. I can see why so many people like it. But if you are sensitive to wool and you think that some wools are itchy, like what are some common ones? Like if you think Lion Brand's fisherman wool is itchy, you will definitely think that this is itchy too. That's a good comparison. I would say that this is pricklier. It is more pricklier. English. Is that how you would say it? It's more, it's toothier than Lion Brand's fisherman's wool. So if you think that that yarn is itchy, I don't think that you're going to like this yarn either, or at least for something that's like next to skin, but I do really like it. Moving on. Well, I guess I'm done. It's December 23rd. I'm feeling super confident, maybe a little cocky, honestly, because I was like, if I could get this done and this done by Christmas, I can cast on my shawl, which I really don't think I'm going to finish the shawl, but if I at least got a little bit more into it, I'd feel really good about myself before the new year. I just don't think that I'm actually going to finish these two things by Christmas. I think that's a little delusional. I have a lot going on. I have to do some last minute shopping. I've got a video to edit. So I have a lot going on, and I don't think I'm going to finish both of these. I will check in with y'all later. Hi, it is December 29th, which means I have 3 whole days to finish my projects. Feeling good, feeling sassy, feeling confident. Okay. So as you can see, I have 2 sleeves here, and this one's a tad bit longer, and I think it needs one more round, and then I'm done. I can bind off. That'll take me probably 30 minutes. Then I need to add 2 more rounds here, which will probably take me an hour, and bind off. So I think I have an hour and a half plus half an hour of weaving and ends. And then I also might add a crocheted neckline here. So my guess is 2 to 2.5 hours to finish this piece. I want to finish it today. I want to do it. I want to block it. I want to see what it's going to look like, and so that I can get some footage of me trying it on before New Year's. So that's where I'm at with the Dappled lace raglan. I have so much to do today, but I just want to finish this. I'm tempted. I'm going to relook at my to-do list and see if maybe I can just sit here and knit this and finish it. Okay, I'm going to try on my other work in progress so that you can see that, and we can see how far I am with that one. I'm going to put on a shirt though, because that one is a vest, so I don't need to be wearing a little sports bra. Okay, now I am wearing my Friday slipover, which I have been working on. I added another sleeve ribbing. So both sleeves are done. The collar is done. All I have left to do is finish the body and add the ribbing. But I don't know how much this Mama Jamma is gonna grow. So I think what I'm gonna do is knit like an inch or 2 more and then block it and then do the ribbing, which I feel like I should also do today. That way I have time for it to dry in front of a little heater and add the ribbing later. I have some decisions to make on like what I want to prioritize today. I originally planned to start editing this video and potentially filming another video, but I am kind of really tempted to just get through this, get all my knits in a row, and then that way I can finish more whips before the end of the new year, you know? But I'll definitely check in once I figure it out. I'm done with this. I weaved in all the ends except for around the hemming in case I need to add any length to it, but looking at it, I feel like it's gonna be fine. So I'll just add the crochet border, weave in some ends. So I feel like I have like maybe 10 to 15 minutes of work left on this piece and it will be done. I am finished with my dappled lace raglan top and I'm super, super excited about it. I finished it 2 days ago, blocked it, and then yesterday I weaved in all my ends and I added a crochet border along the raw edge, which I think gives it a really nice finished look. So I am finished with this. I feel like you cannot tell the mistake that I made in the lace work across the basically where I split for sleeves. There's a mistake and I feel like it's not as noticeable as I thought it was going to be. The overall lace work is really busy, so I don't think you notice it. I was really worried that I wasn't going to wear it because the mistake would bother me, and now I'm like not worried at all. It doesn't bother me at all. I was also really worried that people would judge me as a knitter who posts what I knit online. I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to my knitting, so to make a really blaringly obvious mistake like that was kind of a big deal for me. My worst fear was that James would see it and be like, ew, she messed up, it looks horrible. That was my fear, was that the designer was going to hate my product because I made such a big mistake in it. But I'm pretty sure that it's really unnoticeable. So I'm fine with it and I'm going to post pictures of it and it's not going to be something that I'm worried about. So that was a huge relief for me. So that is done. I feel like it's perfect. The sleeve length is perfect. I've got one edge here that's rolling a bit, but I could always redo that, but I think I'll just see with where, if anything else bothers me. It's a little bit shorter than I think I would have made it if I knew that it wouldn't have grown so much. I feel like I would add maybe a repeat or two of the lace work for length. It fits pretty nicely if I didn't move around, but I feel like raglans are a little bit more difficult because when you move your arms, your seam here lifts more than a drop shoulder does. I just need to remember that with raglans. I need to make them a little bit longer than what I'm used to cropping. I think in general, I should just take away in the year of 2026 that I tend to crop things a little bit too short because I'm anxious to cast off, but also just because I like things cropped. I forget that I move my arms around, and I don't want to show too much midsection. I mean, I don't mind a peekaboo here and there, doesn't make me self-conscious or anything, but I, can't be walking around with just straight up midriff. So I think if I wanted to rip out my cast off and redo it, I think I could do it in 2 hours to add that length. So it would be no big deal whatsoever, but I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to wear it and see how I feel. We have finished 3 whips so far, right? Sadie top, socks, that's 3 whips are finished. It is January 31st. I should have led with that. It's January 31st. So today is the last day of 2025. I am adding length to my Friday slipover. I think my last update, I said I was going to block it. Well, I did. I blocked it and I blocked it way too early. I was thinking that maybe it would grow and it would be time to do ribbing. I'm about 2.5 to 3 inches away from ribbing. So that's my goal today, is to finish the body and potentially do the ribbing so that I can say that I finished this year. But if I have to do the ribbing tomorrow, it's fine. But I'm working on this. I'm actually starting to edit this video today so that I can hopefully get it up this weekend. So I will probably do maybe one more update and hopefully have a finished Friday slipover and all of my other whips that I have already finished, and we'll be excited to say goodbye to 2025. The time has come. I need to wrap up this video of finishing my whips for the new year. It is January 1st and I have my pile of finished whips here. We finished a pair of Old Salt socks, and these are by Ashley Adams, or designed by so-and-so. And I knit these as part of a knit-along Fish Girl Fall with Casey from Young Folk Knits and Ashley Adams from Designed by So-and-so. I knit these in a mix of Knit Pick Stroll, Cascade Heritage, and Coats & Co. fiber. One pair of socks are done. I finished my Sadie top, and this is a top that was designed by Celine. Her handle is Woozy here on YouTube and Instagram. And I knit this up in the Woolly Warbler in a beautiful mint color. It's like an alpaca Surrey lace weight yarn. I have found that it's continuing to grow. So it's a little bit bigger, but I really like the roominess of this top, and I absolutely love the color of it. Next up, we have my Dappled Lace Raglan, and this is a pattern by James & Watts, and I knit this up in Pearl Soho Santolina. I absolutely love this top. It is so cool. I may end up adding some length to it, but I feel like it may end up growing a little bit, so we're gonna wear it and see. I did kind of lose sleep over a mistake that I had made here in the midsection where you split for seams, but I'm really happy to say that when I wear it, I don't notice it because the pattern is pretty overall busy, so I don't feel like it's going to bother me if I wear this and I know there's a mistake in it. That is the Dappled Lace Raglan. Lastly, I know we're all wondering, Natalie, did you finish your Friday slip-over vest? And the answer is no, I actually didn't finish it, but it's January 1st, and I figured I would give myself a grace period of a day to consider this a 2025 whip, just because I feel like it would be weird to consider this a 2026 whip when I have probably less than 5 rounds of ribbing plus binding off. Like, it just would seem like a freebie for 2026. So I do plan on finishing this today, but I had to get this outro filmed while there was still daylight out so that the lighting was good. But I will put some B-roll in of the finished product tonight if I do get around to finishing it. But my plan is to finish this tonight. I did not get around to knitting on my artist shawl, which was one of my intentions for this video, but that is okay. I am really excited to start it in the new year. I'm actually only going into the new year with 2 whips, my Lana vest and my artist shawl. So I'm excited to knit the artist shawl along with Tashi's knit along called Neck Things that's happening until like January 31st. So I plan to get lots of work on that, if maybe even finish it this month of January 2026. This has been my finishing all my whips for the New Year's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you subscribe and stick around, and I will see you next time. Bye.